Circle. I mean, I know the thing is like they fundraise $100,000, right, to ensure that communities throughout the country are able to access funding. And we, you know, for folks who are in the room that are grant writers, especially for Southeast Asian communities, we know that it's such a challenge to really secure funding for our communities to ensure that their services available. So I really appreciate the Devata Giving Circle in terms of really dedicating their time to fundraise funding so that we can ensure that our community continues to get served. And then also let's give it up for yourselves.
Way too early to be up early.
What?
Okay, Saturday. Why? It is.
I have no idea. I have no idea where that came from. But it's all good. And then also I want to, someone's Bluetooth. And I also want to thank the Devata Giving Circle for always providing these sort of spaces for us to really bring communities together and bring the Khmer community together to really just break bread and get to know each other. So I really hope that everybody in the room get a chance to meet each other before you head out today, because there's some really dope folks in the room from all over who are here to really support. And you know, I really see this as like a community and a family space. So anyways, that wasn't planned. But you know, I'm really honored today to present one of our honorees, our Courage and Leadership honorees. When I first started at the Southeast Asia Resource Action Center, it was 2016, and that's when I started to learn a lot more and be more familiar with the work that Asian Law Caucus does, right? And at that time, they were actually working on a campaign to free one of our Khmer sisters so that she would be requested parole, right? And so I learned about this individual and how, you know, she was actually convicted and put into prison for really defending herself while she was in an abusive relationship. And then in January 2017, she was requested parole by Governor Brown. But then immediately she was detained by ICE, right? And so I followed, because of Asian Law Caucus's work, I was able to really follow that work and support the campaign. And Asian Law Caucus is in this corner over here. Let's give us some love. And so in January 2018, I was really honored to be able to finally meet the honoree that I'm here to introduce at a college conference. And when I met her, I was like, oh my God, I learned so much about you, and you know, I'm really glad that I'm finally able to meet you. And I immediately asked her if she would be down to join the microphone with me, because I was invited to speak at an immigration panel. And immediately she was like, yes, you know, I want to make sure that I'm able to outreach to the community and spread knowledge, and also like get folks involved. And so it was beautiful. We shared the microphone together, and I was really able to witness her power, her passion, and her eloquence. And I just feel like, okay, I want to keep this person close to me. So that was 2018. You know, to this day, she's still very involved with the community. In 2018, she was the Mary Kuchiyama Fellow with the Asian Law Caucus. And she really led the campaign and community mobilization around the Assembly Bill 2845, which is the Pardon and Commutation Reform Act, right? With Asian Law Caucus, where it's really to increase the transparency and urge the governor to do more pardons for especially our Southeast Asian communities who are impacted by deportation And we won. We won. And it was only due to, to her commitment and ensuring that the community knew what was going on and getting them involved with that as well. So to this day, she continues to represent and fight for domestic violence survivors, as well as Southeast Asian folks who are impacted by deportation. If you don't know her already, I would definitely encourage y'all to reach out to her. So please help me congratulate and honor Lian Nourn.
We'll do it after. Okay. Come on. I was eating.
Okay, one more. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
All right, good.
Thank you, Gawea, so much for the introduction. Gawea, thank you. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Hi, everyone. How are we doing today? Enjoying the food? Yes. Hi, my name is Nia. I'm just very honored that here, this is my first Devata Giving Circle, my very first and very many that I plan on attending. And quite the honor to actually be at my first one and being honored. Again, I feel very privileged to be here today with you, especially with a room full of Khmer community members that it's very rare that this happens. Just last Wednesday, I was with Elijah from Siri. Y'all know him, he's very popular. That I know now. I just want to say, I don't have like a speech. I was asking Kat, do I have time to talk about this 13th event? She goes, yeah, you could talk about it during your speech where you say your thank you. And I was like, oh, okay. But again, just being here in front of everyone, Marco and me on foam and of own, Mike Khmer, it's not that great. But I just want to, since I've been out for almost 2 years, I really struggled, didn't know when I was in prison that like Khmer community members and Southeast Asian refugees, as permanent residents, we came here with little children, our families have left Cambodia over 30 years ago. And I didn't realize that, with myself, with my conviction alone, it makes me deportable. It was not brought to me until I knew, my great attorney over there in the corner, Major Malcolm. He has shared with me, it doesn't matter, as long as you're convicted with an aggravated felony, it makes you deportable. And I thought to myself, this is not right, this is not fair, our people have suffered enough. And once again, they want to separate us and our families. They need to criminalize us for actions that, when we were young, we all made mistakes, and some of us great, more penalties than others, like myself. And I didn't understand that. What does having to do with anything with separating us, deporting us, to especially a country that I have no ties to, I've never set foot in. Mind you, I was born in a Thai refugee camp, just as other, Khmer and Vietnamese and Laotian children. And we came here thinking, this is our home. And I was meeting with Senator Feinstein's office the other day, and the state director asked me, I don't understand how come you or your family didn't secure your citizenship, you guys, having the status to do so. And I said, but our parents, our elders, they didn't know that they had the opportunity, and I didn't know that I was going to be deportable like 3 years before I was going to go to parole board. So you mean to tell me, is it our fault that we should have, did that a long time ago? But I said, but that's besides the fact, that's besides you guys have the responsibility to the Khmer, to the Southeast Asian refugee communities that flooded here, to protect them, knowing that this is our home. Like, what are you going to do to help us to stop these deportations? Because it is the targeting of Southeast Asian communities and refugees. Once again, the racial profiling, thinking that if they can bullies, Cambodia and sanction them in Laos and Vietnam, that this was, towards their way of continuing, towards the rhetoric of deport the bad criminals, especially the immigrants, to keep America safe. But they don't realize that some of our family members, some of them that deported. The truth is, some of them were deported for what? For passing bad checks, like Sophia. She's in Cambodia right now, and the 36 community members that were flew off back in December. Some of them don't have these convictions, but whether big or small conviction, I feel like that doesn't matter. This is their home, our home. They have every right just to be here with their families. And the work that I'm doing, I'm just very honored to be with the Asian Law Caucus, stay connected with Asian Prison Support Committee, Sorry to Punish, and other orgs, getting to know with Siri, and just, with Lian and Khmer Girls in Action, hoping that we can start this movement, to end this separation, of Southeast Asian deportations. And I think with the mobilization from California across the nation with CROC, I think we can make it end at the legislative level where we can get this 90s law that was passed to support us, that somehow that they would change it, right? That's my goal to one day to help, end this. And whether it be, 2-3 years from now, I feel strongly that it's going to happen. And I don't know if you know what's going on right now. The ICE has started the raid once again. They started last week, and a Khmer committee member, he was arrested in Stockton. And they're most likely going to stop the raids mid-March. But what we're doing is, the 6 that we know that have these ICE check-ins in San Francisco, we're gathering community members, doing social outreach. Like, if you're willing to help support us, come in front of the ICE building in Sanson. We're holding a vigil and a rally, shout loud and proud that we're here defending to protect our immigrant communities before, during, and after the check-ins, whether they get arrested or not. This is, what we need to do. We need to help empower our Khmer elders, our Khmer sisters and brothers, that now is the time for you to come out and speak up. Nothing is going to happen because power and movement needs to be together. We cannot do it alone. Asian Law Caucus, CRAC, Siri, KGA cannot do it alone. It takes a powerful movement, and your voices is what matters. Just like Hai Hoke and his wife Catherine, he has to check in on Wednesday, but he yesterday spoke at a vigil from the Samson Ice Building and said, yes, I might be arrested Wednesday, but you know what, I'm gonna speak for, I'm not only for myself, but for my family, for those that might be arrested. And, and with him speaking, it's really weird that they do because they fear, the retaliation and just being uncomfortable in the public light. But you know what, the more you share, the more you speak, the more comfortable you get, like me, I'm not ashamed of my past. I use it as that's part of me. And I'm hoping to create, build a movement to help encourage, what the Devata Giving Circle is giving our Khmer girl women, and people the opportunity to rise up, and I feel, our culture is very strong in family and unity, and that's what we, can continue to do. So before I end my speech, if you're interested, on the 13th, we need performers, singers, dancers. Rubini, your poetry reading is beautiful. You're out there right now. If folks who are down to speak, or family members, or those that have friends that are affected by these deportations, please come see me. Come see Elijah. Nay is in the audience as well. APSC. Annual, let us know, and we'll definitely connect you and plug you in on Wednesday. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Sharing your story. What an inspiration.
Yeah, say it. Can we say
Okay, if we can do a chant together, Elijah. Okay, if we resist, we win.
So this is in Khmer. This is really the first time Khmer folks are chanting this protest chant, which is, when we fight, we win. So,
Dương Prachang.
Bell Yeung Prachang.
Dương Prachang. Oh, Dương Prachang.
Yeah, go
Ai
for it.
dân Prachang, ai dân Chia.
That's like that. Dương Prachang. Dương Prachang.
Yeung Snap. Prachang. Yeung Snap. Bell Yeung Prachang. Yeung Snap. Yeung Prachang. Yeung Snap.
Thank you. That one's hard to follow. Actually, it's not going to be that hard to follow because the next person I'm going to introduce the next honoree, she really needs no introduction. She has been very inspirational to me. I see her at the forefront of so many things, and I've had the privilege of participating on numerous events and conferences with her. She's the executive council member of the Devata Giving Circle and also a past honoree. Please welcome Kat New.
Hi everybody, thank you Ochan and congratulations Mia. So as I mentioned earlier in this program, our theme this year is Innovators and Influencers. And by coincidence, truly by coincidence, that is also the same theme that the UN established for this year's International Women's Day. So we're right on point. Specifically, theirs is Think Equal, Build Smart, Innovate for Change. And the reason why they picked that is they wanted to uplift the women who are working on innovative ways to advance gender equality and the empowerment of women. And our next honoree is somebody who embodies that to a T and even more. So obviously I'm talking about Lian here, so I won't leave it a mystery. Lian actually cut her teeth right here in the Bay Area, organizing in Oakland in the Bay Area, organizing for youth. And organizing for youth is very, very difficult because they do not have a lobby, they do not have money, and so you have a really big job in making sure that this next generation, there's investment in this next generation. And so the people who do this work are people who are doing it completely selflessly and who are doing it for just the betterment of society. And so that's how Lian started. She's a 1.5 generation refugee from Cambodia. She grew up in the Bay Area and has spent 2 decades working with working in low-income communities of color. And currently she is the executive director of Khmer Girls in Action. And Khmer Girls in Action, as you saw, is one of our grantees. She's doing tremendous work there. But before that, she was fighting for educational health justice, volunteered and trained for numerous get out the vote efforts with the Alameda Labor Council, and also worked internationally. In 2007, Lian helped the Migrant Forum in Asia organize the very first regional migrant domestic workers assembly. Give her a round of applause. That's amazing. Lian believes in fighting for our self-determination as women, as workers, and as creators of knowledge and culture in our communities. She was a former director of the Movement Activist Apprenticeship Program at the Center for Third World Organizing, and the President Obama actually appointed Lian as a commissioner on the Advisory Commission on Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. And so her work is not only internationally known, it's nationally known by the President of the United States, Barack Obama. And so we're all so lucky to be able to learn from and be inspired by Lian's decades-long fight for justice. And her international influence and expertise has really helped our community to grow and has really helped to inspire and help us think creatively about how to achieve gender justice. So without further ado, Lian. So Pat.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Good? We good? Alright, keep going. So how you got one more? I'll be on over.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. It's actually really hard to follow me up, just so everybody knows. She's amazing. But this is really such an honor to be recognized by the Devata Giving Circle. And I think I'm super humble, and I think this award really is, for me, is a dedication to all the young women, all the Khmer girls in Long Beach. And I don't know if folks know the story about Khmer Girls in Action. It was actually founded by Khmer high school girls.
That's awesome.
In Long Beach, California, in the mid-90s. So during a time when a lot of our young people were dropping out of school, and there lacked a lot of culturally relevant and linguistically relevant services and support for our family, our young people were trying to find a way to have an organization that will advocate and organize for the issues that are important to our young women. And we are actually, we turned 21 this year as an organization. And similar to the journey of a refugee, we've been in limbo for a really long time, struggling to survive. And when we first got started, we were operating out of a trunk of a car, and we met in parks and you know, in the playgrounds and anywhere we could find space to meet and to talk and to kind of share our stories and to find strategies for us to create positive change in our community. What I'm really excited to actually share a little bit, if I may, with folks today is that I think during these political times, it's just been really, really both emotionally draining and challenging for our community. And something that has been really inspiring about the energy of young people during this time is both the hope and the desire to defend our community, but also to advance a proactive agenda. And so on Monday, this coming Monday, our organization will be submitting to the City of Long Beach a youth ballot initiative that we're hoping to get on the ballot in 2020. And so what this ballot initiative will do is to set aside a certain percentage of money in the city general operating fund that will go towards a racial equity, a gender equity, and a lens of providing resources to the community that have been deeply impacted by a lot of the challenges that's going on in the community. And so this is a ballot initiative that is being led by Khmer young women. And so this is also the result of every year going to fight for crumbs during budget advocacy season and saying no more. We are going to take this issue to the people, and we're going to ask our folks in our community to vote for this ballot initiative and to vote for change. And so I hope that, so I'm really excited, and our young women are really excited, our young people are really excited. We also have a lot of boys who, you know, hang out with us because they're trying to holler at the girls. But they're also joining the cause for change. And so we hope that we would also get the support of the Khmer community up here to help our young women reach their goal in 2020. Thank you.
So, I'm going to introduce the next person who is also a council member of Devata Giving Circle to introduce our last and final honoree. So Tia, there you are. Give it up for Tia, guys.
Thanks, Bo-chan. So, as you can see, I'm honoring Sophaline Mao, and we really believe that she embodies our theme this year of Innovators and Influencers with all the work that she's been doing in tech in Cambodia, no less. And we've been so inspired by her continued dedication to improving the lives of Cambodian women and girls, as well as the passion she shows in diversifying the tech industry with her leadership. So Pauline was also a 1.5 generation. She was born in the refugee camps, came here, and grew up in Stockton, so she's also a local gal, like me. I grew up in Stockton, as well as my sister back there, who's helping out today. Thank you. And, and education being so important, she ended up with a double master's in SF State. And while she was there, can everybody hear me? And while she was there, she actually helped build up the local sorority, which is doing a pre-professional organization that was focused on the advancement of young women. And right now, she currently works at Half Amazing in Cambodia, whose mission is to invest in long-standing strategic relationships in the private and public sectors through technology. So we really feel like she was fitting with our theme this year. And she brought over 6 years of experience from her work with Salesforce consulting practice, which just happens to be the 6th largest software company in the world, and her knowledge of the emerging markets in Asia into her position as Chief Partnership Officer at Mapmazing, which is the first partner of Salesforce in Cambodia. And in addition to that, we've been so impressed by her work in the community. So, in addition to the organization she helped build up at SF State, she also donated her time to the Cambodian YMCA in Phnom Penh, the Little Angels Orphanage and Khmer Art Center in Siem Reap, and the CARE Foundation, which stands for Cambodian Americans for Rural Education, which is a nonprofit that was established to empower children and families in rural villages in Cambodia to improve their lives through education. And as she is in Cambodia right now, she can't be with us today, so she actually made a short video as a thank you. So enjoy.
All right.
So while this video is being set up, she also wrote a thank you for everyone that I would like to read right now. So it starts, hello dear friends at Devata Giving Circle, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings from Phnom Penh, Cambodia to all of you. It is such a special honor today to receive the Courage and Leadership Award at this year's 9th Annual International Women's Day event in support of the Devata Giving Circle. As a Cambodian American woman, I feel that it is the work of organizations such as Devata that will propel our community forward, leveraging lessons and experiences from our past, but having hope and inspiration to make change for a better future. I made quite the change in 2006 to leave the United States for Singapore in pursuit of international work experience, and recently in November found myself here in Cambodia, not here, but over there in Cambodia, to influence and inspire young Cambodians to pursue careers in technology. I still have quite a bit of work to do, but being on the ground here has made me much more courageous, flexible, and empathetic to the local needs and building a strong and capable workforce primed for jobs in this 4th industrial revolution. I hope that all of you will continue to support the work of Devata in empowering our community, especially our women, to be courageous leaders in every sector. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this award, and I look forward to seeing you all here in Phnom Penh one day soon. Som Akon and happy International Women's Day to everyone.
Hello from Phnom Penh, everyone. This is Sophaline Mao, and I'm so honored and so deeply humbled by Devata Giving Circle awarding me with the Courage and Leadership Award this year. As you can tell, I'm in Phnom Penh, Cambodia on a sunny Saturday, March morning. It's actually quite windy now. I so wish I was there with all of you right now in the room, but unfortunately I couldn't travel back home to accept this award in person. I just want to say thank you to Devata Giving Circle. Thank you for the incredible work that you're doing for the community. I hope to support you here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. There's a lot of exciting things that are happening here in our motherland. So I look forward to seeing all of you enjoy the event and photos and Phnom Penh, and I hope to see you soon. Akon!
It's been a fun and eventful day with the sound. Can we give a round of applause to all of our honorees again? Very inspiring woman. Thank you guys, and it's really good to reconnect with some of you guys again. Anyhow, as a fellow singer, it brings me great joy to introduce our next performer, who's going to help us close out the event, Miss Jessie Tang. I'm going to read a little bit about her. Jessie began singing since she was a baby. Throughout her schooling, she was in choir, show choir, jazz choir, and she truly enjoys singing as a hobby. You can find more of her singing on YouTube, which I know Mommy posts a lot of. Proud Mommy, as she should be. Jessie understands what it means to give back to the community. She's volunteered at numerous Devata Giving Circle events and for Asian Health Services youth program by either tabling events or singing at their Safe and Sexy fundraiser to help raise funds for the youth programs. Jessie is currently working while in college to pursue her career in social work and one day receive her LCSW. She hopes with her degree that she will not only give back to the community, but to make a difference in their lives. So without further ado, please give a round of applause to Jessie.
Hello, Jumrep Su Sabtai.
As she pours her
That was beautiful. Thank you. So let's see. I think we are almost at the end of the program. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this and for allowing me to be your MC. Before I pass this on to Manette and sign off, it's been wonderful. I just actually want to say a little bit. I'm going to steal some of this program time. Oh man, I just wrote this on the improv. But no, I just want to say, you know, I remember when I first started off as an artist. I think it was like, and I'm gonna be quick because I know we're out of time. But so Pot, she was the first person who came to me, told me a little bit about Devata Giving Circle. She was like, you know, I'm part of this girls group, blah blah blah. We want you to come perform and support our event. And I'm like, okay, you know, this is great. I was really inspired. That was what, like 2008, 2009, and here we are, 2019. And it's been really, really just inspiring. And I've seen, you know, members and the devotion from the members. If you guys don't know, these women, they volunteer their time and they get together and they do this, and it's not like anyone's getting paid, you know? The reward is in the work that we do. And I'm an artist, and what we depend on is our supporters, you know? And you guys are here today, so thank you for that. And just always, you know, keep it in mind. I just want to encourage everybody to keep supporting Devata Giving Circle, because it's grassroots communities and organizations like that that keeps the world going around, and it makes us remind us what humanity really is. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to pass this to
All right, everyone. I know y'all waiting for the raffles and the tickets. So you're gonna win some prizes, some really good prizes. Last minute, but you're gonna have to wait until the end with us. Yay! But with that, I want to say thank you to everyone. Everyone who's here has created a monumental event for us today. Because with this chapter, we do hope to create a legacy for the next generation, for our Khmer women, like Khmer girls. So I want to thank Bochan, I want to thank Romani, and I want to thank Jesse, and I want to thank all the volunteers, Nina, Mike, and Lena also. And I also want to thank, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for this place, right? To be able to come together, have good food. I want to thank Han. He's the one who made, Han, where are you at? Here you go. I want to thank Han, he's over there. Because of him, we are here. I also want to thank all the servers, everyone who's helped us, from Mike with the mimosas, from Christy, from Harrison, from, who else am I missing? Z? Who else? Megan! All of them were here together for us, and to be able to go ahead and do this is a huge deal because we are celebrating, most of all, the honorees here. Lian, as well as Sophaline. They are making marks. They are making movements. So when I'm saying this from the heart, I do have a script. But I'm saying reach into your heart. I mean, reach into your pockets is right what I'm trying to say. But no, because of each and every one of you supporters here, we are going to go ahead and make this great. We hope to get chapters in Long Beach. We hope to get chapters maybe in Seattle. We have to get chapters in places, as other places that Khmer people are in. So again, please reach into your hearts and your pockets, because without each of your support, you want to write a check, donate online, it's easy, I did it. Write a check, Asian Pacific Fund, memo, Devata Giving Circle, make sure it's made to us, because we don't want to lose that money for our Cambodian women and girls. All right, again, thank you so much, and here is the last minute call for raffles. Okay, so they're gonna buy some more raffles. And we're doing the silent auction first. A round of applause for each and every one. All of you are so beautiful. Yay!
Hi everyone, while we are closing out the raffle for today, I want to announce the silent auction winner. So we have a wine basket, and the winner is Richard Rice. We have exclusive fashion pieces from the House of Thang. The winner is Lian Cheun. Then we have the professional photography session with Rosa Yi Photography. Winner is Valerie Baptiste. And then we have the other wine basket, and the winner is Richard Rice. Oh, somebody loves wine. And then we have the exclusive family portrait plus luxury resort stay in Newport Beach, and that went to Pisay. So I'm gonna go close out the raffle and I'll be right back.
Okay, for raffle tickets, just go ahead and put your name and phone number. Or no phone number, just put names. We all know each other up in here. Or you can pass your prizes to me if you want. I'll take it home. All right. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody else? This side is winning. How come I don't see anyone writing on this side? What about this section? Why are we not writing any sections on this side? Oh. Okay, we gotta wrap up. This is it. Wrapping up. Wrapping up. Hi, Karina. Seconds. We can do this. Thank you. as well and become a member. We would love to have more members as part of this program, as part of Devata Giving Circle. All right, 20 more seconds. Are we good? We good with the raffles? We're done with raffles? We're wrapping it up? Okay. Final call for raffles. Please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. We're done! With
certificate to a Cambodian restaurant in downtown Oakland called Hot and Long Restaurant. Supporter of Devata Giving Circle. She's been sponsoring our events for the last few years. So if you're in the area and you're hungry for Cambodian food, you should check out Hot and Long Restaurant. It's on Broadway downtown Oakland. The winner is Polly Bond. By a woman-owned company. We have bread mix and bread mix. some baked goods, but one thing that's awesome is we have this gift certificate to a restaurant in Oakland that was donated by a friend of mine, Marika.